2023 BMW X5. It's super cool. It's got a lot of features. Let's check it out in this video. My name is Nikolai and I like to film cool cars.
It kind of looks like a Hot Wheel.
If you're new here, consider subscribing because we're gonna learn a whole lot about cars and see some really cool stuff.
What do you mean it's electric?
Let's get into it. This car looks really good. So this is the M Sport package. So you do get a more aggressive front bumper on the car, and you also get this black right here. It really looks good having the gloss black accents. It's part of the Shadowline package. And then also with the headlights, you do get an adaptive LED headlight and something very interesting about this front grille. So as you can see, it's chrome. If you want to get a black one, you actually can. You just have to get the extended Shadowline package. But what really cool thing for me about this grille is it's actually breathable. So what does that mean? Essentially, it's got these slots in here that if you're driving the car more aggressively, you're driving it a little bit harder, it'll actually open up to allow for more airflow into the engine and actually help with cooling the car. And you've also got your sensors, your cameras here to help with like your adaptive driving. Very interesting front end, and I think it looks really good. I really do like the new redesigned front end that they've done on the car, especially like in 2019 when they updated it. It looks really aggressive, and I, for one, am a huge fan of the bigger grills. I think they look great on the BMWs, and I think they just keep getting better and better every year. Now for the engine in the car, it is a twin scroll turbo inline 6 engine making about 335 horsepower, and it feels very powerful considering the weight of the car. The car also does have a mild hybrid system with a 48-volt battery that also helps to supply the power to all of your electronics in the car and also helps with the start-stop. You get a 20-inch wheel on a 275 wide tire. That is very wide for an SUV. And now to mention these fender arches here. So because this is the M Sport package, you actually get painted fender arches. Now if you had a non-M Sport, you would get black plastic. I think the black plastic still looks good, but I feel like having the painted arches on here just looks a little bit more high quality. And then you've also got a nice black trim piece on here that goes along with the Shadowline package. And then the body lines of this car are just beautiful. So one thing to note that you might not notice right off the bat, but the way this sharp edge right here flows and then moves up as you get into the rear door and then flows straight into the taillight looks very nice. And now one thing to note here, so this is called the Hofmeister kink. Right here is this edge here on the rear quarter panel. From 1955 to 1970, Hofmeister was the chief designer for BMW, and now every BMW since then actually has what's called a Hofmeister kink. For 2019, they did redesign this generation of the X5, and you get a much more sporty looking taillight. It's three-dimensional. It really gives it a higher quality appearance because when you have this nice cut in here for the white part of the taillight and then the red part extends out of it, it looks very nice, and I think it really helps with the sporty look of the X5. And then moving down here, we can actually see the reflectors here, and then with the M Sport rear bumper with the exhaust tips, it looks really nice, and they're really going for a luxury but also sporty appearance on the X5, which I think looks phenomenal. Opening up the tailgate on the car, I can simply just put my foot down there, extend it out, and then boom, check this out. It opens up. You've got a lot of trunk space in here, so you've got 33.9 cubic feet of space in the trunk. It's a very nice fit. I mean, you can see two backpacks right here fit in very well. And also the tailgate comes down. You got the top half, the bottom half, all automatic. And then I can simply just press the button and then boom, they return. Or I can also put my foot down there. Very nice and convenient with the X5. Moving along to the interior of the X5, it looks really good in here. So we've got a coffee interior with a wooden trim. I think the two look very good together. And something to point out is this car has heated seats, heated armrest, and steering wheel. So right here, if you put your arm right here, it'll heat it up. If you put it here, also you can heat it. Basically, everything that you touch is heated, which is super nice, especially if you live in a colder climate. The steering wheel on this car is also very nice. It's leather wrapped here on the center and also obviously leather wrapped on the steering wheel itself. I think it is a very nice design. I love the way BMW does their interiors. They're very luxury, but they also have that sporty look, but they're very comfortable. And then also you've got a panoramic moonroof. Looks very cool. You can open it up, check everything out. Essentially feels like a convertible. And then for 2023, they also redesigned the look of the seats. For the rear of the car, you do have very comfortable rear seats, a lot of space back here, and you also have dual zone climate control in the rear, and then also a very nice cup holder back here that you can see also opens up to have more room. There's your cup holders, you've got extra room in here, and then also one more thing to note, you've also got this little thing right here that opens up and has like an adapter. So if you want to mount like a coat hanger or maybe like an iPad screen, you can definitely do that because BMW does offer that. And you also have USB-C charging back here, which is very nice. Infotainment in the car is very intuitive and user-friendly, so we can actually use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in the car. And then we also have a lot of settings that we can adjust. We can have navigation, we can set, our address, things of that nature. And then we can also go to our car settings, so we can see things like interior lighting, we can do door access, climate control from here, and we can adjust like the color we want for our ambient lighting. We also have 360-degree camera views in the car, so as you can see, I can move through the cameras and see all of the angles we have here. And then we also have got things like car wash mode, so you can actually see as you like drive through the car wash, you'll actually be able to see everything like from the top view, and it's very nice, very futuristic, and super helpful, especially if you're in a tight space. Then we've also also got a 360-degree view camera so you can see from every angle of the car. And something to point out is it actually matches the actual car you have down to the spec. The color's the same. Very cool and super nice to have a feature like this where, especially if you're in a tight space, you can just see everything you need. So now we're going to show off backup assistant on the car. So what he's going to do is pull it forward, and it's going to actually record all the forward movements that he does with the car. So as he drives it forward, this is great for, let's say if you were driving into like a driveway or a tight alleyway, and the car is going to actually assist you with backing up. So you can see he's going to pull forward. Let's say he's pulling into a driveway, for example, and notice the movements he actually did when he was driving it up. So now it's going to be on essentially autopilot to reverse in, because it recorded the movement. So now it's going to mimic essentially what he did to pull in forward, but it's going to do it in reverse, and it's going to actually do it for him. It is a very interesting concept, and as you can see, it works very well, and it's going to return to the exact same spot that it was before, all hands-free. Very interesting and very futuristic, and I do love to see features like that on new cars. There you have it. That was a 2023 BMW X5. Special thank you to Dakota from Athens BMW for making this review possible. This car is still for sale if you do want to check it out. But other than that, if you guys enjoyed the video and want to see many more just like it, please do make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.